Hi guys, it's Stock Curry, and there are new signs that a global recession is on the way. The last time this happened was in 2008. So in today's video, we'll talk about how that news might affect the markets. We'll also cover the most recent earnings, so let's get into it! Before we get to the economic news and earnings, let's start with some stock market news. 72% of recent homebuyers have regrets about their purchases. This is due in large part to the fact that 30% of homebuyers overpaid for their houses and 70% of homebuyers have issues that they need to fix that they did not know about because they gave up on doing a home inspection. Basically what happened here is people got FOMO, they paid way too much for their house, and now they're having buyer's remorse. There is some good news in this, and that is the fact that this crazy buying frenzy is starting to slow down. People are starting to pay asking price again. We're starting to see seller concessions come back into the picture again. We're also seeing people actually do home inspections once again. So this will slowly fix itself, but we do have to keep in mind that 30% of home buyers overpaid for their houses, and depending upon what their mortgage is, it's possible we could have as much as 30% of home buyers who are going to be upside down if housing prices start to fall. So this could be bad for the housing market, something that we're going to have to keep our eyes on, but nothing to worry about in the short term. Now, regarding the whole Twitter Elon Musk buyout fiasco, Elon Musk just got an absolute gift handed to him. A Twitter whistleblower alleges that execs misled board and the public on spam and security. It's kind of a long article, so let me just summarize it for you. In short, Twitter was required by the FTC to implement some pretty strict security measures and then have those security measures audited for 10 years in order to help protect consumers and their privacy. As it turns out, Twitter did not have strict security controls in place, and as many as 7,500 employees of Twitter had access to information that they should not have had access to. That is just insane. So they lied to the FTC about that, allegedly, and then allegedly the spam and bot problem on Twitter is way, way worse than Twitter is willing to admit. Apparently, Twitter knows it's bad, and they did all kinds of things to cover it up and hide it from the public as well as the board in order to boost the valuation of the company. And this exec is alleging in his lawsuit that Twitter did these things. If it turns out to be true, it will be an absolute godsend for Elon Musk, who this exec is basically going to have proof that everything Elon Musk said was true, and it's going to be pretty easy for Elon Musk to get out of this deal. And if you're wondering, yes, Elon Musk's legal team, they did subpoena this exec to be a witness in the trial that starts in October. Now moving on to earnings and some specific company news, let's start with Coinbase. Coinbase CEO says the crypto exchange has ongoing plans to cut costs and is actively engaged with regulators. The CEO said that Coinbase is taking a close look at where it can cut costs and that there are economic challenges that continue to surface. The CEO said he is also waiting for clarity from the SEC regarding regulations, and he does not expect those to happen until after the midterm elections. Now, with the Coinbase CEO being so focused on cutting costs, clearly Coinbase is having a lot of issues. They're not turning a profit. This has quite a few people worried about the safety of their crypto, especially given the fact that we just had Voyager Digital and Celsius essentially filed for bankruptcy, and there's a very good chance that everybody on those two platforms lost all of their crypto There's a lot of fear about this also happening with Coinbase. The one benefit we do have with Coinbase is the fact that they are a publicly traded company, so we have a lot more insight into their financials than we did some of these other companies. For now, Coinbase has plenty of cash on hand to weather this storm, but it's certainly something that we might want to be concerned about in the future. Not so much for losing your crypto at the immediate time, but more so just for the stock price going down. Now, if you are concerned about your crypto getting lost, I definitely strongly suggest you store it on a hardware wallet. I personally use Ledger. There's a lot of other great hardware wallets out there, but make sure you get your crypto onto a hardware wallet so that you don't have this risk of losing your crypto that's stored on an exchange. All right, now getting into the earnings, Zoom shares fell 16% following a revenue miss and a gloomy forecast. The company lowered its projections for the full 2023 fiscal year. And JD.com just posted its slowest quarterly growth on record. Now here's what's so ridiculous about earnings expectations. JD just had the slowest quarterly growth on record, yet JD beat expectations. Were these earnings good? No, they were dismal. They were the worst in the company's history. But because they had such low expectations and beat those expectations, JD.com rose in price. This is just proof that just because a company beats expectations does not mean they had a good quarterly earnings. Now moving on to the retail side, Dick's Sporting Goods boosted their 2022 outlook after their second quarter earnings topped estimates. Dick's Sporting Goods had excellent earnings for the quarter. Unfortunately, another retailer, Macy's, did not fare so well. Macy's cut their full year forecast despite having a strong quarter, saying that they are fearing shoppers are going to pull back on spending. And Nordstrom cut their full year forecast as well, citing slowing customer demand. All right, those were the earnings that came out on Tuesday. Now let's get into the economic news that's pointing to a global slowdown in the economy. Global economies are flashing a warning of a sharp slowdown and recessions in multiple countries. Surveys of purchasing managers point to weakness in manufacturing and services as inflation hits household spending power. Business activity in the US, Europe, and Japan all fell in August, pointing to a sharp slowdown in the global economic growth as higher prices weakened consumer demand. U.S. companies reported a sharp drop in business activity in August in a broad-based decline led by services companies, although manufacturing slowed as well. High inflation, material shortages, delivery delays, and higher interest rates all weighed on business activity, according to the S&P Global Survey. The Composite Purchasing Managers Index for the U.S. was 45 in August, down from 47.7 in July. That marked the second consecutive month with a decline, and it was the lowest reading since May 2020, which was early in the pandemic when everything was shut down. Keep in mind, a reading below 50 indicates a contraction or a recession. S&P Global also said that its Composite Purchasing Managers Index for the eurozone fell to 49.2 in August from 49.9 in July, reaching an 18-month low. Businesses in both sectors of services and manufacturing reported a decline in new orders, which points to weakness in the months to come, while factories reported a buildup in inventories as goods remained unsold. Andrew Harker, an economist at S&P Global, said this glut of inventory suggests little prospect of an improvement in manufacturing production anytime soon. S&P Global survey also indicated that private sector activity in Japan and Australia declined in August as well. So the entire world is entering a recession. The last time we had a global slowdown like this was in 2008, and it caused a significant market crash. The time before that was in the year 2000 and 2001, which also was a time when the NASDAQ fell by 80%. Prior to that, we had global slowdowns in 1987 when the stock market had its largest crash of all time. So global slowdowns are not good for the stock market, and it gives a very strong indication that the stock market overall has not hit a low for the current bear market that we are in. It looks like we will hit lower lows before this bear market is over because of the global slowdown, which is going to push the United States as well as a lot of other countries into a deep recession. Now, again, this is not something that's going to affect the stock market in the immediate short term. In the immediate short term, everybody has their eyes on what the Fed is going to say at Jackson Hole when they speak on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, or about an hour and a half after the market opens. But the global slowdown will have an effect over the next few months up to possibly the end of 2023. So it's something that we've got to keep our eye on for the long term. For day traders, short-term traders, not a big deal. For long-term investors, you're going to want to start thinking about some hedges in case the stock market takes another significant turn to the downside. Now, if you want to know what I am buying through all of this, mostly I've got a bunch of put options right now, which are finally turning around and going up and becoming profitable once again. We also have some day traders on my Discord that have been very profitable, that have been doing excellent work and making a lot of money. If you want to learn how to trade options, how to hedge your portfolio for a downturn, if you want to learn day trading, if you want to come make money with us, then come sign up for our VIP Discord. I do want to let you know that at the end of this month, you have 1 week left. At the end of this month, I'm going to shut down the Discord, shutting down the VIP Discord. And for here on out, I just want to make sure that we get the right people in there. And so after this week is over, at the end of the month, I'm going to shut it down. And after that, it's only going to be available on an application basis only. So you will have to apply to get in. So if you want to make sure that you get in, you want to lock in a position now, sign up now. It's just $25 a month. That is locked in for life. So even as I raise prices in the future, you will be locked in at $25 a month. But that all ends at the end of this month. At the end of this month, everybody's locked out. If you want to sign up for the VIP Discord, start learning how to hedge your portfolio, learn how to trade options, learn how to do technical analysis, fundamental analysis, day trade, all of this, you can sign up at stockcurry.vip/getvip. That's stockcurry.vip/getvip. You have exactly 1 week left. I also wanted to remind you that you only have 1 week left to sign up for Moomoo and Webull and get up to 25 free stocks total. Links for both of those are down in the description of this video as well. So you can go down the description of the video, or you can just check out all of the trading platforms at stockcurry.vip/platforms. That's stockcurry.vip/platforms. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, click the bell icon and click all so that you can get notified when I release my next video. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.